Hello, you wonderful people out there. How are you? Welcome to this great video tonight. I want to talk down into the depths of dad time and quality time. And not only dads, but paternal figures and new dads. And on that note, I would like to congratulate Lucas and Charlene with their new baby boy. Congratulations, guys. I dedicate this video to you. Before we get started with any of that, setting the stage a little bit more, if this is your first time joining in, welcome. You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, my friend. And if you've joined me before, don't worry about this next thing that I'm going to tell you about, but it is for the newbies. Subscribe to my channel. If you like this, and you feel free to subscribe, and then hit the little bell notification, let you know about all the content that I have available in my library of, this will be the 78th video. Now, let's go. Dad and quality time. It is important. And not only the quality time that you have with your children, but it's the engagement. It's the engagement and the connection. It is the relationship and how and what you do with them. And it doesn't matter how and what you do with them so much. It's putting in those moments with them, doing whatever it is. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it's come up for a couple of my clients. It's coming up in some of the conversations I've had. And it's also coming up, well, you know what happens when you manifest, right? Everything just starts coming your way. So with that, I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. We want to talk about attachment. And the attachment that you have with your kids is so crucial. It's so crucial. And it's important. It's important to their development. And some people would say, yes, it does take a community to raise a child. But I would like to point out on that one, and I would like to put some emphasis on how important it is for you to be a parent to your kids. Why? Why is that important? Because for their strengths and for their ability to be able to be who they are, and their ability to be able to sort out who they are and how they are, and to be able to have the capacity and the know-how to show up for themselves in the world, feeling safe, feeling validated, feeling heard, they need you. They need all of you too. And that engagement comes from you. And on that note, coming from you in that engagement, it means farming that connection with yourself. And you're going to find out in a couple of ways how that works. You're going to find out working. You're going to find out being with your kids and engaging with them, doing whatever they want to do and whatever you want to do, because you're leading them into the play that they're going to be having with you. Yes, you will. You're going to take them to the mountains. You're going to take them to the lake. You're going to take them fishing. You're going to take them hunting. You're going to take them out to the playground. But engage them. Get off your phone. Put it away. Put it in an airplane. Turn it off. Leave it in the car. Put it in the glove box. Don't even be on it. Put it out of sight. Okay? Because when you even having it in your hand, it sends some body language and some communication to them that they're lesser important. Yes, it does. It sends a message to them that they are lesser important than your phone is. Regardless of your intent or where it is, even if you're holding it in your hand. Where am I going with all this? It is part of my story that I talk about this because this hits home for me. When I was an airplane dad and really laying the groundwork for who I was as a dad, flying back and forth, not knowing who I was, I did two things. I did soul searching on my own, which I had to do my own work without my daughter, being present, but I also learned how to be a dad in tandem with being with her. And that took many tries. It took many tries. But what it came back down to, and I love the part that I'm going to inject into this conversation, which is the conversation that my wife and I had, which comes down to what Gordon Neufeld and Gabor Mate say. And I did a lot of, Gabor helped me through some many moments, many dark moments. But what they say is that it's not only attachment, but they say that when you have that quality time with your kids, it is most imperative that you engage them. It is most imperative that when you do that, you are fully there. And not many of you, there might be many of you out there that go, how do I do that? What do I do? What do I do? You innately know, my friend. And the conversation that my wife and I had about this is, and when she was drawing conclusions to this, which was actually really brilliant. And it's something that I've come to revelation on just in my own working with you, and in my own several months of honing my dad skills, my parent skills. It's your confidence. It's knowing that everything that you're doing is getting you one step closer to the person that you want to be, even with your kids. It's knowing that even the decisions that you make, even though they might be wrong and you might get a little flack from your family every once in a while. Gee, Dad, that didn't work out, did it? No, it didn't. But you made the choice, and you know that much more about yourself and that much more about what not to do. But it's all about confidence. It is all about confidence. You already know how to be a good dad. You already know. Stop questioning yourself. Here's why. Because within you, even if you didn't get the time with your own dad, you know how to do it. You know how to do it. You didn't get that time in with your own dad, and what that looks like is a little bit of anger and resentment. It looks like that because those are real feelings that you're having inside of the not so many moments, or the moments that you had with your dad that weren't the greatest. So when you have them with your children, it comes out. They're little triggers. And when they come out for you to heal. And what I talked about in one of my own videos is not to get involved and to back off when it comes to the moments you have with your kids when you're angry, and you're not really angry with them, but you're angry with yourself because the moments that you did or didn't get with your dad weren't the best, or they were far in between, or they're just something else that I'm not mentioning that you might have an answer for tonight. But hear me. You know how to be dad. You know how to be a father. You know how to lead. You know how to do all this. You just have to buckle down and not worry about what other people will think. Not worry about other people's decisions and what that looks like. You're the one crafting and writing the own book and manual how to do this in your family. You hear me? You're the only one doing it. No one can write this manual for you. Not even grandpa, not even dad, not even your dad. You're the one that writes this. This is unique to you. And as you continue to write it, you continue to become more and more confident in your ability to be able to do that. So when you get right with this, it's most important when you start to have the confidence, and I'm not talking cocky, I'm not talking attitude or ego. I'm talking about being there, being present with your kids. And it doesn't mean that you have to do everything that they're doing while they're playing. But be present there with them. Enjoy those moments. Because those moments with your children, whether your child is several days old, 10 days old, 2 days old, 3 weeks old, 5 years old, 7 years old, 11 years old, you get the picture, right? The quality of time that you have with them is so short when you think about their life and your life. And it's so meaningful. The quality of time that you get with them is so meaningful. And you just begin. I know that I am just only beginning to understand how much of an effect I have on my kids with the quality of time that I spend with them. And every moment that I get to spend with them is so meaningful to their development. Not school, not their Aunt Patsy. It's you. You and your wife, you and your partner, you and your significant other. It is your quality time with them that is the most important. And I am beginning to realize how important even more time with them. And now that I have the confidence to understand my ability to be a dad with them, because it didn't start out that way, it is so meaningful when I get to sit down with them and have a raw conversation, like I got to be able to sit with them the other day and talk to them about my friend that passed. Or I get to talk to them about how proud of them I am when they do different things around the house without asking. Or when you get to engage them and ask them how they feel about birthday cards that they colored themselves instead of going to the store-bought ones. Or the pictures, asking them how proud of themselves that they are for doing what they do. For me, asking my daughter how happy is she for making almost a 10 out of 10, even a 7 out of 10 in her French spelling. She's proud of herself. But as a dad, having those moments, those interactions with your kids where you get to do that, they want that. They want that attention from you. They need that. That is part of their development. Every moment counts, dads. Every moment's plural. What more do I need to say about this? I think it's just, I think I've said pretty much enough here, and I'll wrap it up. It is not about the quality of time that you spend with your child, it's the quantity. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. It is about the quality of time that you spend with your child, not the quantity. It is about the quality of time that you spend with your child, not the quantity. And that means forming the bond with them, fostering the rapport with them, the attachment, because you want that, the proper attachment, the good attachment, the one where they feel good about themselves and where they you know that they look up to you for the modeling. And even when they're babies, every moment, every word that you say to them is so meaningful because they hear it. And just because they haven't developed the auditory and the cognitive skills, the brain, the body to be able to conceive of what all that is, their body hears and feels it all. And it's so good to be able to do that, especially with a newborn. So, all in. Even when you want to teach them another language. I started, I'm not quite wrapping things up. When I started with my daughter, when she was really young, even when she was a baby, I started talking to her in French. And I continue that 7 years later. And it is so important. It's so important to me to be able to give that gift of confidence and language to her. So I'm saying to you, if you are a dad watching this and you are considering teaching your son or daughter another language besides English, or if your other language is your first language and you want to teach them English, go all in because it's so worth it. It's so worth it, and stay with it because it is so worth it. All right. So, hey guys, So I will end on that note, because I think that I truly have said everything that I want to say tonight. And I'm so happy to be able to bring you these videos where I can give you little bits of what I'm seeing and hearing. So dads, quality over quantity. Engage them. Spend more time with your daughters. Spend more time with your sons. Spend more time with family and less of the other stuff. Because when you create and you you create that family and that bond with them, everything around you comes. Everything, and I do mean that. You manifest that greatness. It comes into your life. Take care, guys. Let's do this.